This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is a news edited by Lal Mallavarache and read by J. Yokaraj. First, the headlines. The President says that 196 new police stations will be set up and police force will be increased by 10,000. The National Drug Policy will be launched soon. Special public transport services for Sinhala and Tamil New Year. SLBC Rajapaksa service gets a fully equipped performance theatre. News overseas, Russia warns to intervene to help Russian-speaking residents in eastern Ukraine. And those are the headlines. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa stresses that the army camp established in the northern and eastern provinces will never be withdrawn under any circumstances. The government has given priority to national security. The government is committed to create a peaceful situation in the country for all citizens to live without fear or suspicion. The President made these remarks while addressing the Security Advisory Council meeting of the Defence Ministry. He further said that the investigation will be carried out to nab the persons who destroy forests and illegally mining sand deposits. The President further said that 196 new police stations will be established in near future and 10,000 men and women will be recruited to increase the number of police force. He added that the national policy to eliminate drugs has already been arranged and will be launched soon. Western Provincial Road Passenger Transport Authority Chairman Prasanna Sanjeeva says that the special public transport services will be deployed or carried out with the support of the Railway Department, the Sri Lanka Transport Board and the Transport Commission for the benefit of the people travelling to rural areas for the upcoming Sinhala and Tamil New Year. He added that steps would be taken to deploy buses based on the requirement. The SLTB stated that it has deployed an additional 200 buses for the people to travel to villages for holidays. The Railway Department stated that 21 special trains have been deployed for both short distance and long distance journeys, and they'll be in operation from today to 16th of this month. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Digital accounts can now be opened in 10 minutes. People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
A fully equipped state-of-art theatre will be established at the Rajapaksa service of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The foundation stone will be laid at the auspicious time of 9:18 a.m. today under the patronage of Media Minister Keheli Rambukwella. Thereafter, SLBC Music Academy will be launched. A ceremony to felicitate artists from Rajapaksa service will also be held in the afternoon. Radio artists from Rajapaksa will be presented with awards at this ceremony. A cultural pageant and a musical show have also been organized. Acting Chairman of the SLBC H. Hevage and Director General Chandrapala Lienege will also be present at this occasion. Meanwhile, a Ratana Sutra chanting program will be held today under the guidance of the Chief Prelate of Anuradhapura Atamasthaniya, Venerable Pallegama Srinivasa Thero, to invoke blessings on the country and the people to coincide with this event. The officers attached to the Narcotic Control Unit of Sri Lanka Customs yesterday seized 5 parcels sent to 5 different individuals at the foreign parcel counter of the Colombo Central Mail Exchange. 278 grams of banned cannabis variant Kush worth 4 million rupees, 400 ecstasy pills containing methamphetamine worth 3 million rupees. 5 drug packs seized at Central Mail Exchange were discovered inside the parcels, Sri Lanka Customs said. The parcels were sent from the United States of America, United Kingdom and Germany, Sri Lanka Customs said. The seized narcotic substances were handed over to the Police Narcotics Bureau for further investigation. And that's local news.
Debit card, mobile and internet banking along with cardless cash facilities can now be opened in just 10 minutes with no form filling with People's Bank Digital Banking.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Ministry of Health says that another 309 persons have tested positive for the novel coronavirus yesterday. This brings the tally of total COVID-19 cases reported in Sri Lanka thus far to 94,253. The Director General of Health Services has confirmed 2 more COVID-19 related deaths yesterday, while this brings the death toll due to the virus in Sri Lanka to 593. And that was main news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight, State Minister Dr. Sudarshini Fernandopoulos says that the government will increase the allowance of senior citizens by 500 rupees. Therefore, 2,000 rupees that is now being paid will be increased to 2,500 rupees. The State Minister said that about 416,677 senior citizens are receiving this allowance now. And that was Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
the best discount in this Urdu season, People's Leasing Polywasi. Enjoy an interest rebate of 25% from People's Leasing for all the leasing facilities during this Urdu season. Call 011-206-300 for more details. Conditions apply.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines first. Russia wants to intervene to help Russian-speaking residents in eastern Ukraine. U.S. gun violence. Biden takes action on international embarrassment. Brazil has more than 4,000 COVID deaths in 24 hours for first time. And those are the headlines. A top Russian official has warned that Moscow could intervene to help Russian-speaking residents in eastern Ukraine if Ukraine launches an all-out assault on separatists there. Russian-backed separatist rebels and Ukrainian troops have been clashing in the east of the country. Russia has also been building up troops on the border with Ukraine. U.S. President Joe Biden has issued an order targeting homemade guns known as ghost guns because they are unregistered. Gun violence in the country is an epidemic and it's an international embarrassment, he said on Thursday. The president is enacting new measures through the executive order, meaning he does not need approval from Congress. Brazil has recorded more than 4,000 COVID-related deaths in 24 hours for the first time as a more contagious variant fuels a surge in cases. Hospitals are overcrowded with people dying as they wait for treatment in some cities, and the health system is on the brink of collapse in many areas. The country's total death toll is now almost 337,000, second only to US. And that was World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
the best discount in this Urdu season, People's Leasing Polywasi. Enjoy an interest rebate of 25% from People's Leasing for all the leasing facilities during this Urdu season. Call 011-206-300 for more details. Conditions apply.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by CIB Nivea offer valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment during 1st to 10th April. 20% discount for bank card holders. Our place, our product. CIB.
A discussion was held at the Ministry of Industries in Kollapitiya recently under the patronage of the Minister of Industry, Vimal Weerawansa, to make further steps with the assistance of the government of China to implement 5 identified special projects to prepare the physical environment required for the development of the industrial sector in Sri Lanka. And that was development news.
Development News was brought to you by CIB New Year offer. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment during 1st to 10th April. 20% discount for bank card holders. Our place, our product. CIB.
In sports, a 6-member selection committee of Sri Lanka cricket was appointed with immediate effect, as stated the SLC. The 6-member panel was ratified by Honourable Namal Rajapaksa, the Minister of Youth and Sports. Pramodya Wickramasinghe has been named as the chairman of the committee. Ramesh Kalavitarna, Hemantha Wickramaratne, Varna Waragoda, SHU Karnain and B.A. Tilaka Nilmini Gunaratne were the other members of the committee. And that was sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka's first ever PVC Wellington boots designated under ISO 2346 2014 personal protective equipment, protective footwear specification has been unveiled by D. Samson Industries Private Limited. Building on the research and development success born out of their pioneering spirit, the innovative boots that provide value for money will be available under the brand Kebella. The new PVC Wellington boots will be greatly enhance our powerful portfolio of footwear brands and a new experience for our customers, the D. Samson Industries said. And that was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Moving on to the economic news, Sri Lanka is in a mission to Middle East to secure funding to buffer the island's external payments, Central Bank Governor W.D. Lakshman said, as the island's balance of payments were pressured by money printing. The governor said the present visit is to the Middle Eastern country or region and there would be more positivity within the next few weeks. Sri Lanka has fixed oil fuel prices in a long-standing practice that hits the balance of payments with the taxes being out to widen non-oil consumption as global prices rise. And that was economic news.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue in partnership with the Ministry of Education introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The Met Department says showers or thundershowers will occur at several other places, most parts of the island in the evening or night. Heavy falls, about 100 millimeters, can be expected at some places in Uva, Sabaragamuwa, central, southern and western provinces. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the central, Sabaragamuwa and western provinces during the morning hours too.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue in partnership with the Ministry of Education introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Before we conclude this morning news broadcast, let's look at the main points once again. The President says that 196 new police stations will be established and the police force will be increased by 10,000. The national drug policy will be launched soon. Special public transport services for Sinhala and Tamil New Year. SLBC Rajapaksa service gets a fully equipped performance theatre. News overseas, Russia wants to intervene to help Russian-speaking residents in eastern Ukraine. With that, we conclude this morning news podcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.